I think the real story recently about Marvel Legends is the new X-Men 97 line. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but we are seeing X-Men 97 action figures, and I think that this features perhaps the most exciting version of Magneto we have ever seen. This is pretty much the Magneto action figure that I have been hoping we would see for a long time. I think this Magneto action figure, from the looks of it, is probably one of the best it's the best Magneto action figure we've ever gotten. So this one is definitely one that I personally would be interested in. This is so nice. I mean, you look at it and it's got all the right details on his boots. Like, those aren't just, you know, painted details like you might think they would be sometimes. No. They're actually putting the work in on this one. And he's got the trunks too. He's got the little belt. All right, there's a close-up of Magneto, guys. This close-up of Magneto. Oh, yeah. That is so good. Look at that helmet, friends. I love what they're doing with Magneto here. God, this Magneto is so nice. I absolutely adore him. And I'm kind of excited to see what the line looks like when it comes out. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that I think this is superior to the VHS box set stuff that they were releasing. This is a better line of action figures. Like, this is a marked improvement. Even if it is kind of a lot of re-releases of stuff that they've already done. Like, they've already done good action figures for a lot of these, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And Bishop here, like, Bishop looks really cool too. Bishop is looking nice. Like, look at that. Bishop, he's looking jacked. That looks like a proper Bishop. God, that looks good. The hands down there, comes with some extra hands, comes with a nice gun. We're going to take a look at Wolverine in a second. There's a close-up of Bishop. Alright, so over here we're taking a look at X-Men 97 Wolverine. This one is, I think, a superior release to what we have gotten. Now, check it out, guys. What we're getting here is kind of obviously, a lot of it is just like a re-release of the previous Wolverine we already got. But also, we don't have any of the silly cell shading. And also, you look at the head over there, and yeah, that's pretty much just a straight re-release of that head. But also, we get the unmasked Logan head, which is really important and is fun to see. And also, we have the mask that we can put down around his shoulders. That is so good to have, and I'm very happy we have that. Now, another marked improvement that we're seeing here is that his hands, his closed hands, the hands with no claws, finally have the little bulbs on top of the hands. The original ones that we saw from the VHS package, they didn't have that. Now they finally got his specific hands there. And finally, this looks like a very complete Wolverine package. Now, I do kind of wish that he had a torso rocker. I wish that he didn't just have the ab crunch. I wish that they would do a little something with that. But even so, I think that this is probably the best Wolverine action figure that we have seen in a long time. Yeah, this is probably the best Wolverine action figure that Hasbro has ever done, I think. Definitely worth checking out at this point. Like, this X-Men 97 stuff that they're doing, it's really nice. And let's take another look at it over here. Yeah, that's cool. Like, it's pretty much the same action figure as the VHS one, but it looks a lot cleaner, and it's got all the stuff that you were missing from the VHS package. Now, next up, we've got Gambit over here. Obviously, I don't think you really have to reinvent the wheel for Gambit. Gambit was already a pretty tight action figure, so they're just kind of doing a straight re-release on this one. Looks pretty sweet. Everything on this one looks about right. He's still got pins, so some people might be bothered by that, but I don't know. I don't feel that strongly about the pins as long as the action figure's good, and I already think that Gambit's pretty nice. So, really cool to see him again. Well, now, one of the standouts for me here is Rogue, because Rogue has, like, this new head over here that looks really nice. And the rest of her looks really nice, too. Like, this doesn't look like garbage. This doesn't look cheap. This looks like they tried to make a nice Rogue action figure, and it kind of shows. Paint is not too sloppy, it looks like. Well, there's a little bit of... it's a little touch and go here and there, but the boot pieces look about right. The boot pieces look absolutely good for her. Like, obviously, they're making unique pieces for her legs because those aren't just glued on or anything. They look like actual pieces of molded plastic. So, yeah. Everything on Rogue here looks pretty good. I really like Rogue. I think this is one of my favorites from this particular wave, along with Magneto and Bishop, and maybe Wolverine somewhere along the middle of that. And there we see some of the slides that they show during the reveals of this. Obviously, we've already seen the action figures, and I don't know that we need to take a look too hard at these slides since they're so kind of light and blurry and everything. Don't forget also that we're going to get this Mohawk version of Storm, which I'm a fan of. I like her look. I've always been a fan of the Mohawk version of Storm. And here's some close-ups of Wolverine too. A close-up of Wolverine, close-up of Gambit, close-up of Rogue again. Clearer pictures this time around. And God, the head sculpts are just kind of getting me because they're so nice. And then we're seeing Justice over here. This kind of looks like a Sunfire body to me. Actually, I'm not sure if it is a Sunfire body. I can't tell. It's the pictures are so blurry that it's hard for me to make out what they're doing with this. Okay, I have to admit, like, I'm seeing some characters here that are just like pulled from sources that are so obscure that I'm having trouble like naming what I'm looking at. We're seeing this stuff from the Saga of Crystar. I guess they really are running out of ideas, aren't they, if they're doing Crystar? Because for the love of God, I do not know Crystar. What? I've never read Crystar. What am I looking at here? I guess this is cool. If they're gonna do obscure action figures, they need to put labels on this stuff, man. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, who am I looking at here? I've read a lot of comics. I have no idea who I'm looking at here. Oh, it's Power Princess from Squadron Supreme. Oh God. This is from Squadron Supreme? No wonder I don't know who it is. Squadron Supreme. Dude, no one reads Squadron Supreme. Power Princess, that's who it is. God. Well, alright, we got a Wonder Woman. We got a standard Wonder Woman from Hasbro before we got one from McFarlane. That's amazing. I know she might not be like 100%, but yeah. Well, there she is. Enjoy, guys. Standard Wonder Woman before McFarlane. I don't know. Are they as worried about sales as they say? Because making characters from Squadron Supreme, it's probably not going to move the needle much in terms of sales, but for all the 5 Squadron Supreme fans out there, they're going to be real happy to complete their team. Squadron Supreme! Yay! Glad you guys did it. Yay! Okay, yay!